So it is that time again to choose our monthly TBR, and all the shelves you see behind me are my TBR, and there is a hell of a lot of books to choose from. So we're going to start with, hello, I'm Charlotte, welcome back to my channel, and I hope you enjoy this video, and if you haven't watched any of my other content then please check that out, that would mean the world to me. So we are choosing my January, oh my god, it's nearly January. So I'm going to be using my trusted TBR jar. Give it a good shaker. If you watched what I got for Christmas, you will know that I have a lot more books added to my TBR. So I'm hoping I get to choose one of them or any other book on these shelves, because there is a lot to get through. So shall we do pick number one? Oh, this makes me so nervous. There's one stuck in my fingers. Okay, can you see that? A book with a pretty cover, and there is two that I have in mind, and they are two of my new ones. Oh my god, I think I don't know which one to choose. So the books that I think have covers that I think are pretty, and that is obviously Heartstoppers with Nick and Charlie on the front, or it's A Fate Inked in Blood. Oh, I do love this cover because it's got Nick and Charlie, and I adore Nick and Charlie, so to me that makes it a pretty cover. But this cover is just so pretty, I might have to choose it, and that is A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle L. Jensen. Just look how stunning that cover actually is. So I am so torn, but I think I'm going to have to go with this book because this is just drawing me in. This cover draws me in and it makes me want to read it. So I think we have book number one. And if you've watched my videos before, you know we choose 6 books to go on our TBR. So book number one is chosen. Ooh, okay. Another shake. Dig around. And we are left with one. A book with flowers on the cover. So you really can't read these, can you? Yeah, a book, see, it's just not even staying, with flowers on the cover. I shall be back in a minute when I see any books with flowers on. Okay, so I was digging through my shelves, and I found 3 books. So we have The Filthy Rich Vampire by Genevieve Lee, Priest by Sierra Simone, and we have Belladonna by Adeline Grace. So this book is on my 25 in 2025, and these two were just books that I really wanted to read. This book doesn't seem really big, so I think it might be achievable considering we have a big book. But these are so different. Like, I think they're all romance books in a way. But I really think I want to read Priest, because I have seen so many TikToks about this, and it makes me want to read it so bad. And I know this priest cannot break these rules, but I know he really wants to with one certain girl. And these sounds from TikTok, like the audiobook clips from TikTok, have made me want to read this so bad. So I'm so happy I have a reason to put this on my TBR, because it has flowers on the cover. So we are going to go with Priest by Sierra Simone for book number 2. So I can put these back on the TBR cart. So they are on the cart. Pick number 3. Did any come out? No, they didn't. That's great. Oh, Kindle TBR. Can you see? It says Kindle TBR. I can actually grab my Kindle. Give me a second. So I have my Kindle, and there is so many books on here, and I have recently downloaded loads of free ones as well. So let's go to the library. I mean, I have downloaded so many. Right, library. Oh, what do I fancy adding on to my TBR? So we have Phantasma. I can't see who that's by. We have Lights Out, Variation by Rebecca Yarros. Absolutely love Rebecca Yarros. Why is this so hard to choose? See, I have over like 400 books on this Kindle, so it is hard to actually just pick a book to read. You know what I think I'm going to choose? I have watched this person on TikTok, and it is Bill Woods, and he's done like a Scooby-Doo inspired book, and that is Let's Split Up. I will put a picture of it up here so you can see. So I think for my Kindle pick, it's going to be Let's Split Up by Bill Woods. Oh, yes, that is it. I'm just going to note it down on here so I don't forget what I have chose. Okay, so that is pick number 3 done. And I mean, that's so hard to choose off my Kindle TBR because there is just too many on there to choose. But I can't help it. When you can get loads of free books, you get stuff your Kindle days, and you get the 99p deals. So it's hard not to let the TBR grow on your Kindle. As well, with all these books behind me, I am gonna have a field day. I don't even know where I put the piece of paper with the Kindle TBR. Okay, pick number 4. What do we have here? Set in a small town. I'm trying to think what small town books that I have. So I'm going to have a look on my TBR, see what small town books I have, because we need to get this physical TBR down. So the ones that I found of small town are, we have Maggie Moves On by Lucy Score, House Flipping Sensation and YouTube star Maggie Nichols. Can't wait to dig into her next challenge, arriving in a tiny American town with only a coffee maker. So it is a small town. And this one says, cocky and charismatic Emmett Rhodes isn't a relationship kind of guy, but no, he's running for mayor of a small town. His bachelor past is hurting the campaign. And I love Lucy Score, and I don't think I've read anything from Stephanie Archer, so maybe I'll try a new author at the same time and we go for that kind of guy. So book number 4 is That Kind of Guy by Stephanie Archer. Just look at the cover. Oh, that's so cute. I mean, there's some sticky stuff on the cover, but that's probably because my kids have had their hands over it, climbing on these shelves when they shouldn't be. But it's a small town, it's exactly as it says. So book number 4 is That Kind of Guy. I will add that to my list. Okay, time to pick number 5. Give it a good shake. Okay. Over 500 pages. Are you kidding? Over 500 pages. Oh my god. What am I supposed to choose for that? I'm trying to think of what I could choose. I have just found 4 books over 500 pages. And this is going to be a hard pick because we have Fairy Tale by Stephen King. Absolutely never read any of his books before. I mean, I have like 4 or 5 on my shelf. We then have Twin Crown by Catherine Doyle and Catherine Weather. We then have Mile High by Liz Tomford. and we have The Serpent and the Wings of Night. How am I supposed to just choose one of them? Oh my god, how am I supposed to choose 5? I mean, we already have a fantasy, so that can take out them. Also, I know this is on Kindle, so I might be able to read it on there. But I've also really wanted to read this and this. So, you know what? I think I am going to go for Twin Crowns. And I believe this is book number 1 because, yeah, I have the other 2 books. So I'm going to go for Twin Crowns by Catherine Doyle and Catherine Weber. Just look at that, Twin Crowns. So it looks like we have 2 fantasy books, 2 romance, and I'm not sure, I think Let's Split Up is a mystery book. So let's add Twin Crowns to the list. And these can go back on the shelf. They probably won't go back in the spots that I pulled them out from because I am just going to pop them right here for now until I finish this video. Okay, so it is time for the last pick. Are we ready? I know I'm not ready because I am absolutely dreading this. Let's go. Oh, last pick. Oh, this one's stuck in my fingers. That one just practically picked itself. A hardback book. My hardbacks are on this top shelf. So a hardback book. So I will choose a couple from up there and we shall pick together. So for hardbacks, I have The Witches of Vardo. Just look at that cover, that is stunning. No clue what this is about. Absolutely nothing at all. And then we have Evocation by S.T. Gibson. This book was gifted to me by my younger brother and said it is a must read. But I already have a book over 500 pages and this one is a lot thicker. Can you see the difference? And because I already have 2 big books on my TBR, I think I'm going to go for Evocation by S.T. Gibson. I have literally no clue what this is about. By the looks of it, it has different points of view. I'm not sure if it's just 2 or if it is multiple. So book number 6 is Evocation. So let's add that on to my list. So that is my TBR. So let's take all these papers out. So I am going to go from the list. So the first book we have is A Fate Inked in Blood by Daniel. Why do I keep saying Daniel? It's Danielle L. Jensen. Can't even speak. Like, I'm so flustered. This TBR has got me fanning. So that is the first book. We then have Priest by Sierra Simone. And for my Kindle read, we have Which Side? Let's Split Up by Bill Woods. We then have That Kind of Guy by Stephanie Archer. Book number 5 is Twin Crowns by Catherine Doyle and Catherine Weber. And the last book on the TBR is Evocation by S.T. Gibson. So that is a great TBR. I mean, there's a lot of fantasy in there. There's a couple of romance and there's a mystery. So it is a great way to start the year. And it is going to be a great month, I think. If I can get through all these books in a month, I will be happy. So thank you so much for watching. And once again, I will see you very soon with a brand new upload. Bye, book besties.